In this video, you're going to learn how to play what you hear in your head on guitar. Now, this is the whole point, in a nutshell, to play what you hear in your head, to be able to get the connection, a smooth connection between your ear and your fingers, essentially. Now, if you can do this, you'll play with a freedom very few ever get to experience. And it's simpler than what you might think if you have the right exercises and drills for doing so. Hi, this is Simon Candy from acousticguitarlessonsonline.net, and in this lesson I sit down with ear training specialist Dylan Andrews to discuss and demonstrate the very best ways to learn this skill of being able to play what you hear in your head. So in this lesson, you're going to learn the benefits of why you want to do this. What's it going to do for your playing? Dylan will also take us through some very effective exercises and drills to develop this skill of being able to play the music you hear in your head, and to in fact hear the music first in your head before then transferring it onto the guitar, and then ways to make these exercises and drills more challenging so you can further that connection between your mind and your fingers and the guitar to create beautiful melodic sounding music. So let's get to it. How about the fourth tip here, Dylan, for creating a great ear? What do we have here?
Yeah, so this one is a little bit different, but I wanted to talk about it, is a way that you can directly train yourself to be able to hear things in your head and transfer them on the guitar. And one great way of doing this is just to hum a very short melody in your head and then try to find it on the guitar. Again, you're not songwriting here, you're not creating. This is just an exercise so that when a really cool melody does pop up, you'll know exactly how to do this. The first starting point is, one, you can just hum a single note and then try to find it on the guitar. And this is just building your ability to take one thing you hear in your head and find it very quickly, and just, your fretboard knowledge and being able to get there quick. And then when you feel pretty comfortable with that, hum two notes. And when I start humming two notes and on, it's really good to play the scale that you're going to be in. Like if I'm in the key of C, I like to play that through a couple times so I can get my ear used to that, and then I'll hum a couple notes. And I'll know that those notes are in that scale, so it'll be a lot easier to find. There's only 7 notes as opposed to 12 on every single string. You want to sing 2, and then just see how accurately you can do that. Play it on the guitar, and then you want to sing 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then do it with the minor scale, and you just want to build this ability up. Because what will happen is, if you can't transfer what you hear in your head to the guitar right away, then you're going to probably lose it, or you're going to come up with a different version. Speed is incredibly important when you're doing this, because when you hear a cool idea in your head, it is going to start fading immediately. And especially if you hear a nice melody and then you think you're hearing this note, but you realize it's not, that note is now in your head and you're singing that, and it's going to start distorting the original idea you had. So you want to be able to take what you're hearing and just pick up your guitar and play it. That's the ideal, that's the end goal. And a great way of training is to just start humming simple things and just see how fast you can transfer it. And one tiny little thing that you can also do to make this more fun is, I love tracking my own progress in any way that I can. What you can do is you can get out a piece of paper, a notebook, somewhere to write this down, write the date, and then get your clock out, a stopwatch on your phone or whatever you have, and then hit play, think of a melody, and then try to find it. And as soon as you find it, hit stop and see how long it took you. Write that down, and then keep doing that so you can look back weeks or months later and see how long it took you to now. Because that's a really encouraging thing, when maybe it took you 90 seconds to figure out a 3-note melody, and then now it only takes you 3 seconds. It's a really cool thing to see your progress. Humming melodies and trying to play them on the guitar is one of the best ways I've found to take what you hear in your head and transfer it to the fretboard right away.
Yeah, that is great. And I think what I might add to that is, sometimes people don't hear anything in their head, right? They go, well, I don't, which is the whole point, right? Is to build, it's like to build a library of sound in your head that's ever growing. So you got all these resources or things you can grab from when creating on the guitar, right? And I guess I find when you first start doing this, it's kind of like it works in the opposite way as to how it's going to start to work. And that is, you're hearing, like what you're talking about, you want to be able to hear it first, but in your head, but you hear it first on the instrument, and then that sort of installs that sound, those relationships into your brain, into your ear, to the point where you can start to reverse that, and you hear it first, then guitar. So it's not guitar, ear, it's ear, guitar, but it will start guitar, ear. We've got to, if you're beginning on guitar and someone says, hey, improvise something for me, a scale pattern, if you've got no vocab there, you can play the pattern, you can maybe make something up on the spot, but you don't have a lot to sort of draw from. But over time you build, the vocab to then, create with and speak with. So it's the same. So I think a good thing I find is anytime you're playing anything, if you're learning a riff, whatever it is you might be doing, pitch along to it. I mean, you're going to be sitting there playing it anyway, so pitch along to it, because it just starts to build the reference or the library in your mind of the things that you can then grab from, the certain intervals that create a certain emotion, or the chords and so forth. Don't be concerned if you're trying to hear stuff and there's nothing there. You've got to install it, and that's what you'll do over time, right?
Yeah, exactly. Some people, especially if you've been playing for a while, you might have a lot of ideas in your head that you want to transfer right away, but especially if you're beginning, or if you're new to this and you've never thought of an idea in your head, that's a great way to start out.
Yeah.
Kind of get the creative juices, so to speak, flowing.
Yeah, I think it's like you're either got a lot of music in your head that you can't get out. I've certainly had that from students before, where they go, I can hear all this stuff, I just can't get it out on the guitar. And the other is, of course, I don't hear anything. So it could be either one of those, but either one, developing your ear will help both those situations.
And also too, I still go through both. Some days I have a lot of ideas in my head, and some days I have absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So playing the scale and playing a couple things on my guitar first can get me kind of moving and get the gears rolling.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I feel absolutely stuck and I have no ideas.
Some days you just rely on good old, whatever, your trusty riffs and things to get you going.
Yeah, the things I've been playing for a decade.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to get going.
Yeah, and I think definitely. I mean, sometimes I can listen to someone play, artist of some sort for 5 minutes, pick up the guitar, and I'll play a certain way because of what I've just listened to. So it's a great way to just get your ear into the zone. If you like this video, you'll love this ebook complete with video examples called 10 melodic fingerpicking patterns you can learn in 10 minutes or less. Do you struggle to make the fingerpicking patterns you learn on guitar sound like music? Perhaps it's because you believe in one or more of these fingerpicking pattern myths. 1. You need to know a lot of patterns to have your fingerpicking sound musical. 2. Only advanced fingerpicking patterns sound musical. Easy patterns are too basic to sound any good. Or 3. There is a magic pattern out there somewhere that once found will finally have your fingerpicking sound the way you want it to. None of these myths are true. This is because fingerpicking patterns alone are not musical. They're technical. It's what you do with the patterns that will determine how musical they sound. In this ebook, you learn how to make the most boring fingerpicking patterns sound amazing instantly. Plus, the simple trick to make advanced fingerpicking patterns easier to play, and the thumb and one finger trick that's so simple and will have your fingerpicking sounding pro in no time. Click the link in the description below this video and download your free ebook complete with video examples, 10 melodic fingerpicking patterns you can learn in 10 minutes or less. You'll have it in your inbox within minutes. Let me know in the comments section what acoustic guitar topics you'd like to see covered in future videos. I love hearing from you. I read all comments and I do my very best to answer them all. So don't be shy, drop me a line. I would love to hear from you. If you like this video, then hit the like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And of course, hit that all important notification bell button so YouTube can tell you when I've released a new video. This is Simon Candy from acousticguitarlessonsonline.net. As always, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate your time. And I also look forward to seeing you in the next video.